Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome to a little bonus part of Transformers. Last time, we defeated the Scourge of the Universe, Unicron, and saved Cybertron from being consumed. For the most part. Kinda let Cybertron get hit a lot during that terrible boss fight. But, in this bonus part, we're going to be going over the extras in Transformers that you unlock through the datacons of the game. So, let us go to extras, and we have art, comics, toys, movies, music, TV spots, and special. Special is a very different unlock that you had to go to Pacific Island in order to get. But, we also have the credits from Atari. So, let's start with the art of the game. We have Autobots, Decepticons, Worlds, and CG skills. So let us start with Autobots. Autobot renders. So, we have Optimus Prime's render. And render as a truck. As you can see, a lot of detail. Honestly, this game, if it had a lot more... we got red alert right here. If this game were made nowadays... I'd be blown away. Honestly, I think the in-game like CG cutscenes would probably have been the style that we would have gotten for it. And here's a character that's useless. Never even used Hotshot once. Or Red Alert for that matter. And it's because, honestly, why would you use Hotshot and Red Alert when you can play as Optimus Prime? It's Optimus Prime, for God's sakes. So... that's the Autobot Renders 1, Autobot Renders 2. What is with Hotshot's face? That's terrifying. That's pretty cool. That's pretty creepy. It's interesting. That's cool. That's not. No one cares about Hotshot. As a kid, I used to, but then again, Hotshot was the kid appeal character of the Transformers for a while. Is it Cyclonus? Ah, rollers. I ragdolled them everywhere. Is that Megatron in the stars? Alright, so that's Autobot Renders 2. How many renders? Okay, we got Minicon renders. Okay, I was about to say, how many renders are there? You're supposed to show the full steps in like just one big panoramic picture. I love how it looks like Optimus just planks. Sweet flips, bro! See, why didn't they just do that? They did it for Hotshot. Why didn't they do it for Optimus and for Red Alert? It's like they got lazy after the last one. It's like, you know what? I'm tired of cutting these up. So, Minicon renders. That's not a Minicon that's in the game. There wasn't a red one of the one that's like Tractor or Twister. Lock on. Build up. Was there a red one? I don't remember there being a red one of these ones. Unless that's supposed to be the heavy arc gun. No, it's not. That's claim that's no, that's Lampent Mines. Combat field. That one's our heavy arc gun. So we got Firefight, Skirmish, Lookout, Covert, Hawkeye. This is another one that wasn't in the game. There was no red Minicon shield. It was green, it was blue, and it was yellow. There also wasn't a blue one of these ones. So, interesting. That's Skirmish. Covert. That's Long Arm, Red Alert's Minicon sidekick, also sidekick inside the show. Jolt, also Minicon sidekick to Hot Shot inside the show. Sparkplug, Minicon sidekick to Optimus Prime, as well as Minicon sidekick in the show. That's Dead End. That's Unicron's Minicon, which it's funny because I didn't mention this during the boss fight, but inside the Transformers Armada show, the Minicons were created by Unicron as his cells to get the Autobots and Decepticons addicted to using their power and then consume them. You might have noticed Dead End was on the Unicron boss model as the giant moon that was there. Sparkplug amongst a bunch of dead Decepticlones. Sparkplug and Long Arm. And those are the renders for that. So, concept art. Ooh, I love concept art. That's creepy. Why are his hands so small? That's not concept art, that's CG. That's terrifying. It's still CG, 3D. That's 3D modeling. Textureless, Hot Shot. That's supposed to be the ultimate Minicon that combines with you during the final boss fight. That's what all the Minicons combine into. Odd enough, there wasn't an L2 function of this Minicon. It wasn't... But, that's all the art for the Autobots, Decepticons, Worlds, and build-up. Let's do build-up real quick. Wait, I could have sworn I got everything in the game. Wait a minute, I think there's 2 Datacons that are inside Commander mode. Well, crap. Can't really say this is 100%. Since I can't do that. Well, that's enough of the art. Why don't we go into the comics real quick? Mini comics. As you can see, we have 4 of them. These should be the Dreamwave ones, or they are the... Yes, these are the ones that came with the toys. Which I think were made by Dreamwave. I just realized they're in Spanish and I think Portuguese? What? What is that face of Jolt? That face. What the heck? And I can already tell how that comic's going, so no. So why don't we go into toys? Yes, they put instructions on how to transform your Transformers Armada toys. We got Optimus Prime, Red Alert, Hot Shot, and Megatron. Megatron was the only toy I never really got of the Armada line. I always wanted it. Back when Transformers took multiple steps, which was cool. I miss Transformers that were multi-step. Those were awesome. Production. Prime, Red Alert, Hot Shot, Minicons, Megatron, Starscream, Tidal Wave. Let's see Starscream. Right, this was when, like, these are the models and prototypes that they do for that, which is always interesting because sometimes some prototypes never get out of the prototype phase. That's his Minicon Swindle, which is supposed to go on the bottom? That's odd. That wasn't in the final toy. Because I owned Starscream's toy, as well as Thundercracker. That's his Minicon Swindle, who's got a lot more detail than he does on the... That's how Swindle normally looks. And that's how the toy fully looks when it's colored. So that's pretty cool. Let's go into Unicron, because Unicron's awesome. I actually owned this toy of Unicron. I actually owned this one and what is effectively known as Black Unicron, which is basically Unicron. His main body is black, and he's got like green Energon outlines for it. It was part of Transformers Energon. Transformers Energon was horrible. I actually did own this toy too. I could never get the little ring around him to attach onto Unicron when I was a kid because I didn't know how to do it. Unicron with his chest cannon that he uses inside the show. This is Dead End, his minicon. Kind of odd that Unicron was already, you know, fully done like that. No need to look at the toys anymore. Let's look at the art. Card work. Yes, that's right. There were cards that came with the toys that were awesome. That's actually where I got the Optimus Prime render that's on the thumbnail, is from one of these cards. As you can tell, this is the one that appears on there. Sparkplug. They all had stats and everything on them, like their intelligence, their strength, their speed, their endurance. I always thought that was cool, and I always wanted like a trading card game. Hotshot, what is with your face? Megatron, Leader 1, Starscream, Swindle, Cyclonus, I believe it's, yep, Crumple Zone, who actually became a main Decepticon inside of Transformers Cybertron instead of just being a minicon. Minicons inside the Armada series took a lot of names that a lot of Transformers had. And character artwork. Let's see this. Oh god, this is Energon. Energon was going on at the time of this game came out, so that's why they put this in here. This is Transformers Energon Optimus Prime. This is his super mode, which is ultimately stupid. This is Ironhide, the worst of the characters from Transformers Energon. Most of his lines involve him yelling the name Kicker. Yes, there is also a human named Kicker. I wish that his name was not Kicker. This is Hotshot, actually, inside Energon, who is not an annoying piece of crap. This is Jetfire. Jetfire actually had a pretty cool transformation, but I preferred Transformers, Cybertron, and Armadas. This was Megatron, who is actually, this model of Megatron is reused in another Transformers universe known as Shattered Glass, in which Autobots are evil and Decepticons are good, and this is the Megatron that was inside that universe. Like, this is the model Megatron they used for that universe. This is Scorponok. This is Tidal Wave. Barely was inside of Transformers Energon before he got reformatted into Mirage. This is a Terracon. Their main goal is to get Energon to revive Unicron, because that's always a good idea. This is the render of Black Unicron. As I was mentioning beforehand, his main thing is black. He's got an orange hand, orange chest. He's got green Energon weapons and like details on him. So they put that in the game to advertise Transformers Energon, which has a huge troubled history with it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, oh my goodness, it does. I don't want to spend too long inside this because, like, there's a lot of stuff you unlock. There's 58 things we've unlocked, but we will look at Special, which is the promotional booklet. And these two are unlocked when you end up doing Commander mode. So, promotional booklet. I believe one of them is developer commentary. Oh, this May. I thought it said the May. Fast Facts. Transformers, developer Melbourne House, genre action shooter. Single-player, third-person action combat game with countless enemies, immense battles, and intense Decepticon boss fights. Well, yeah, that's actually, those boss fights were pretty good. Convert your Autobot from robot to vehicle mode for greater speed and mobility, something I ignored this entire game. Play as heroic Autobots, Optimus Prime, Hotshot, or Red Alert. Go one-on-one against evil Decepticon leaders, including Megatron, Unicron. But Unicron's not a Decepticon! He's chaotic! As in, he hates both of them and will kill both of them because he just wants to end everything. That is his ultimate goal. Starscream, Tidal Wave, and Cyclonus. No Demolisher. I don't know if Demolisher was ever planned for this game, ladies and gentlemen. This actually is interesting. Battle through 8 massive locations across the Earth and Cybertron. Well, we only had one place on Cybertron, and that was a horrible final boss. Defeat countless Decepticlone spider tanks. God, I hated those. Sentry drones. Hated those too. Heavy giants. Hated those. And other enemy forces. Those I made quick work with Twister. Fight with 20 plus types of weapons, including cluster rocket launchers, homing missiles, mines, and sniper rifles, even though there's only one sniper rifle in the game. Honestly, I wish that there were more sniper rifles in the game. Rescue 40 plus Minicon to obtain new abilities, offensive and defensive power-ups, including glide, stealth, EMP blast, and tractor beam. Tractor beam's like the only one I didn't show off out of all of those, in all honesty. Story description. On the planet Cybertron, Transformers' homeworld, the Transformers' war between Autobots and Decepticons rages on. The Decepticons seek the dominating of life-giving planets throughout the universe, and only the heroic Autobots led by Optimus Prime stand in their way. Autobot losses are mounting, and their desperate last stand takes a turn for the worse when the Decepticons introduce their new secret weapon, the massive Decepticlone army. Created by Decepticon leader Megatron, the Decepticlones are specialized robots built for the sole purpose of destroying the Autobots. Defeat is at hand for the Autobots when a distress signal from the Minicon it's only one, the Minicon. From the Minicon, as in singular. The long-lost third Transformers race reaches Cybertron. Stranded on Earth, the Minicons have the ability to tip the balance of power in the ongoing Transformers war. Knowing this, the Autobots and Decepticons race to Earth to find the Minicons. And good versus evil. Let's see what it says about Optimus Prime. I'm going to read through the rest of this, and then I'm going to end off the episode, but... leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime's strength, wisdom, and courage enable him to counter nearly any Decepticon threat. Optimus is a champion of freedom and was respectful of all living creatures. Prime will always attempt to find peaceful solution before resorting to combat. However, when the battle lines are drawn, Optimus Prime is an immensely powerful warrior committed to defeating his arch nemesis Megatron in vehicle mode and can plow through enemies, devastating them in the process. Next up, we have Red Alert. Second in command of the Autobot mission to Earth. Notice how they say mission to Earth, because second in command in Armada was Jetfire. Red Alert is a seasoned veteran who has fought countless battles against the Decepticons, and he and Optimus Prime have been teammates since the earliest days of the Cybertronian Civil War. Until he was severely wounded in battle, Red Alert was once one of the fiercest warriors on Cybertron. His vehicle mode and emergency SUV can readily negotiate difficult terrain. Hotshot, the junior member of the Autobot mission, Hotshot has shown great promise as a warrior and a leader. Hotshot's courageous spirit has led Roxas can't read. Has led to many victories, but his sometimes reckless attitude demonstrates that he still needs to grow before becoming a leader of the Autobots. As a sports car, Hotshot will outrun even the fastest enemy. He is well suited for reconnaissance. Yeah, so he's basically Bumblebee. That's pretty much Hotshot in a nutshell. They tried to make another Bumblebee only appeal to the kids, which is weird because that's what Bumblebee already did. Now we got Megatron. For some odd reason, his render is very static as opposed to Optimus Prime's. Don't understand why. Megatron is the founder and commander of the Decepticons. Megatron is a ruthless leader who never shies away from opportunity to inflict maximum destruction, even if a more peaceful solution exists. He will never stop until he defeats Optimus Prime and becomes the ultimate ruler of the universe. Megatron has remained in control despite several unsuccessful attempts by his own forces to steal his power. Wow, so even this mentions the fact that Starscream's a traitorous piece of shit. Starscream. Starscream is a reckless jet fighter who uses his unmatched speed and maneuverability to launch aerial attacks on the Autobots. As second in command of the Decepticon mission, he appears loyal to his leader. However, it is rumored that the devious Starscream is looking for an opportunity to seize control from Megatron. This is never explained inside the game. This is never done inside of Transformers Armada. It's done inside of Transformers Cybertron, which would come later, and pretty much every other incarnation of Starscream except for Energon, where he was a loyal lapdog, and then Armada, where he was a noble warrior who actually defected from the Decepticons and joined the Autobots for a brief time, and then ultimately sacrificed himself to stop the fighting between the two of them. Huh. Odd that they mentioned the G1 and pretty much all other versions of Starscream except the one that was actually inside the game. Cyclonus. Cyclonus is so careless, even his Decepticon allies don't trust him. For example, while performing aerial attacks, Cyclonus may suddenly fly off to attack a lone Autobot while leaving his companions unprotected. Despite his faults, Cyclonus can wreak havoc from the skies. Interestingly enough, Cyclonus right there has, inside his robot mode, has his Minicon with him, Crumple Zone. And looks like they don't have any of the other Decepticons, so no Demolisher, no Tidal Wave. I mean, Demolisher I understand, because Demolisher is pretty much scrubbed from this entire game for some odd reason, but Tidal Wave? Tidal Wave was in this game. Huh. Interesting, no Tidal Wave. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. The reason why I'm not showing off TV spots is because I'll get in trouble with copyright for that, if I'm not already going to get in trouble for copyright with me showing off some of these screens. But I'm going to end it off right here. This is Banjacks1359. I thank you all for watching my playthrough of Transformers. Stay tuned after the video to see what project will be coming up next. I'm pretty sure some people are going to be really excited for it. See you all next time.